Welcome back to Breakfast Daily on City TV. Don't forget to send us your messages. If you have any thoughts on anything we're discussing on the show, just send it to us. Hashtag Breakfast Daily on social media, or send us a message on WhatsApp 0550-585832. Now, we're going to be meeting a very interesting personality, all right? A little bit about our next guest. He's a dynamic and transformational business leader. He has over 20 years of solid record of accomplishment, building strong business fundamentals, okay? He is currently the country head of Wilma Manufacturing Operations in Ghana, and he's directly managing 3 business entities for Wilma. That's Wilma Africa Limited, Africa Consumer Products Limited, and Ghana Specialty and Fats Limited. Wow. He's also the proud recipient of the Marketing Practitioner of Ghana by the Chartered Institute of Marketing Ghana in 2011, and we'll talk more about his recent awards. Let's say a very, very good morning to Mr. Kwame Wiafe.
Thank you.
Welcome to Breakfast Daily.
Thank you for having me.
It's a pleasure.
It's good to have you, actually.
Yes.
Thank you.
You know, it's not always that we get to talk to people who are running things, should we say, behind the scenes of very successful companies. And
so here at City, we say big man.
Big man. You're a big man, as we say. But it's good. I'm sure people will learn a lot about what it takes to get to your level of experience in the industry. Okay, so let's ask you a few questions. I'm sure people would like to know where you come from and how you grew up.
Okay.
So tell us a bit about your childhood.
Okay, thank you. I'm Kwame Wiafe. I grew up in Ashanti region. My father was a teacher, and so we used to move around certain key villages within the Ashanti region. But I spent most of my formative years in Dadiase, in Ashanti region, and then also in Ahensan and Inya and Asokore, all within Ashanti region.
Right.
Basically in the villages, I started schooling in the old middle school, primary school setup. At Form 2 in the middle school, I passed common trans and started community school at the Figiase secondary school.
I see.
After passing Figiase secondary school, I got admitted to Prempeh College to do my advanced level.
You're a Prempeh boy.
Yes, please.
We have a couple of them in this house. So that's cool.
Yes, so after Prempeh, I went to University of Ghana Business School, and completed my BSc in admin, and started my career with the Export Promotion Council, now Export Promotion Authority, as a finance person, because I majored in accounting, BSc in accounting. And so started first 3 years of my career in accounting. But then I got opportunity to join Nestle. Initially, I had programmed to join the accounting field, but after going through the interview process, I was considered to be good for sales. So a certain woman I'm highly indebted to, Mrs. Freda Duplan, decided that he feels I have passion and flair for sales. So although I have gone for a role other than sales, she offered me a role in the sales organization. Then he was the head of sales for the Wilma, for Nestle business. Yes. So I started off in sales and worked hard, diligent, didn't allow challenges within the workspace to undermine my passion, my drive, my desire, and rose through the ranks pretty fast.
I'll pause there because I'd like to find out. You talked about growing up in small communities in the Ashanti region.
Yes.
Growing up as a young boy there, what did you visualize as your potential, your future? What were your dreams and aspirations?
Well, quite ironically, because of the context, the environment in which I grew up, I grew up only aspiring to be a teacher.
Okay, like your dad?
Yes, like my dad, because in that environment, teacher was the most high-profile aspirational achievement that one can think of. However, I think after O levels, then I began to dream, and I felt that I had leadership qualities.
What changed? Was it being a Prempeh? What was it that opened your eyes to other possibilities?
So I had taken leadership role in my family right from the outset. Unfortunately, I came from a very modest background, and we had a large family.
How many?
We were 9.
Wow. 9
yes,
siblings?
9 siblings
Wow.
from the same parents.
Oh,
Yes.
wow.
And
They did well.
Yes, yes. And I
For a
happen to
teacher.
be yes,
Amazing.
and I happen to
Yeah.
be the first boy. My father
okay.
retired from teaching early.
Okay.
So the responsibility to fend for myself and my siblings fell on me early. And so I had to, while schooling, be engaged in various kinds of jobs to keep myself going and so to keep my family going.
What were some of the things you did?
I have been a Sushan boy in Techiman before. I have sold on the streets of Accra, yogurt and stuff like that, chocolate. When I first came to Accra, I remember I had to sleep in a kiosk with ice chests and stuff like that and be selling yogurt on my head. I have hustled, I have been to. So basically what was happening was that anytime school vacated, I needed to find something that would gain me some income. So that when I come back, because I didn't really have somebody that was taking care of me financially as such.
Right.
And so I needed to find a way to basically earn some living. And I think that quality, and I think I mean, by the grace of God, I managed to do that well, take care of myself, and even in some cases, be looking after some of my siblings.
Right.
So that I think gave me the flair for leadership to lead my small community. And then as I went through the career ladder, I think it became clear to me right from the outset that I have leadership, I have the qualities, I have the aptitude for leadership. So I think I built myself around that, and the grace of God was good for me, and I think I rose faster and got to the high level at a relatively younger age. Yes.
But let's jump back to Nestle.
Yes.
You were drawn into sales, but that's not what you interviewed for.
Yes.
So how did it feel when you were pushed into sales?
So yeah, it was a tricky situation then. As I said, I had come out as an accounting graduate. I had aspired to become a chartered accountant.
Right.
And then here was I being offered an opportunity in sales. I did few consultations, and I also looked within myself, and I felt that maybe that was the path that was good for me.
Right.
And especially also when I researched around Nestle, and I realized that in the FMCG or fast-moving consumer space, the commercial side of the business tend to drive the business.
Right.
And so having opportunity to be involved in sales organization is probably opportunity that will enable me to rise higher within the organization faster. And I think I don't regret taking that decision. It's probably a most a significant decision that I took in my career path.
But around all this time, did you ever dream of becoming the MD of a multinational company?
I won't say dream. I thought I can go as high as I could, but I never dreamt I would be an MD. I recall any time, for example, when I went to Nestle, and this is a popular question that is asked in interviews, what will you want to become in, say, 5 years' time?
Yeah.
My answer was a good man. I want to be a good man. I want to be a good husband. I want to just impact on people. And I want to learn. I want to grow. And the rest will fall into place. So I think that was the mindset that I took, that I just want to improve upon myself. I want to learn. I want to grow. I want to impact and see where the career trajectory will take me. And I think that has served me well.
I mean, from selling yogurt chocolate on the streets to now running one of the biggest, consumer marketing companies or manufacturing companies on the continent.
Yeah.
I'm sure people are watching thinking, what the kind of inspiration they're getting from you. It's amazing. But there are lots of young people now who are facing a job market with very few prospects. Maybe they're discouraged. They're watching you thinking, I would love to be this man or be like him. What advice can you give for a young person who's watching us now on things that can help them to maybe climb a career ladder or to keep that entrepreneurial spirit that you had whilst they look for opportunities in the corporate world, etc.?
Okay, so my first advice is first to have faith in themselves and discover themselves. I think self-discovery is the most important journey towards any self-fulfillment. They must passionately look into themselves and know what they are capable of. And try to start small. That is the first, start small. Find a smaller opportunity that will enable you to exhibit yourself. I manage teams, I manage young people. I think one thing that is a worry to me at being at the leadership people is that the young men of today tend to want to have everything in place when they start off. So even if it is a career and they start career, they are looking at perfect working conditions, perfect working environment, perfect boss, everything to fall in place. And if any of these are not in the right place, it tends to frustrate them. And it tends to take away their ability to do well.
Okay.
Right.
And so that will be the advice, that you wouldn't get a perfect condition. And the onus is on you to try and ensure that you don't allow those conditions to undermine you. I've seen people career take a negative dive because they allowed those unperfect situations to undermine their self-confidence, the ability to deliver. And sometimes they then move to, instead of being proactive, instead of looking at ways to improve and challenge the system to improve, they allow those challenges to be their byword, and they start complaining and nagging, and those things suck energies out of them, and then they are not able to contribute. And in the private sector, your work and your delivery is the only passport to going higher. And so if you allow, so for example, let me paint a typical picture. When I joined Nestle and I joined the sales team, there was this, salespeople need vehicle to move around.
Right.
And at that time, the company policy was that the vehicle that is assigned to you, you have to come and pick it after 8 o'clock in the morning, and then come and park the car at 5 p.m. after work. But the nature of our work is like that. If you went to the field and you wanted to come and park the car at 5, you won't be effective. The customers that we work with, in some cases, you'll get the attention and focus after 5.
Right.
You understand? So the difference between my humble self and others was that this was a big bottleneck for them, and they will complain and whine. And I will set this aside. I will go to the market, or Kanshi, wherever, have time for my customers, and make sure that I deliver on the job. I don't mind coming 7 o'clock, park the car, and go and join Trotro and go home. So my willingness to not allow this circumstance to undermine my delivery really popped me up higher than my colleagues. Within 10 months, I had been promoted. When I joined as a rep, I've been promoted because I was willing not to allow this condition to undermine what I can give to the job. So, and within a short period of time, the business has seen the value that I bring to the business. And within the short time, I was also even able to influence this policy change. So I would say, in any contest, people shouldn't, the young people who are studying shouldn't allow the challenges will be there. It could be your boss, it could be policy. Don't allow it. What can you deliver? And be willing to go extra mile. And through your influence and through the value that you add, you will gain credibility to be able to effect the changes that are required within the environment that you find
great
yourself.
advice, right?
Yeah. I'm taking notes.
Do you understand?
I'm
All
sure
of us
others
are
are taking notes as well.
And you did all this, and now you're the head of Wilma Africa.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, tell us about Wilma Africa.
Oh, well, so Wilma is a big business, globally big, and Ghana also quite big. I would say arguably the biggest manufacturing entity in Ghana. We operate within the agri-value chain, so from farm to the kitchen. And if I take a typical product such as oil, so we have plantation, Bob Benzo oil palm plantation, and then we also have a refinery. We have a manufacturing entity. So we have the farm, and then we've also built a manufacturing processing entities, agri-based processing entity in Ghana, operating on the port of Tema. We currently have 1,000 metric ton a day refinery, refining crude palm oil. And so technically we are able to produce 300,000 metric ton of crude palm oil. And just to put this into context, Ghana's total consumption of refined oil is 200,000. So our capacity is bigger than the total consumption. And then we also started importing rice. And the good thing about us is that we are always looking to add value in the economy that we face. So when, unlike the others that just brought in the rice, we decided to put in a packing plant.
Okay.
So we have a packing plant. So we bring the rice in raw form, and then we have people here and the unit that pack the product into smaller units to the market.
But I do have to ask, why don't you source your rice locally?
We are aggressively in that direction.
Okay.
Probably one of the businesses that is doing financing of local rice development in Ghana. So we realized that one of the bottlenecks of the system is finance. And so, for example, we set up a fund and we are working with partners, pre-financing them to buy the paddy and be able to pay the mill and then supply us. And then we leverage on our good distribution system to make the product available. And also make sure that the quality systems are improved upon on the local rice, because one of the bottlenecks of the local rice development has been the inconsistency of the product. And I'm sure people have had negative feedback where they eat the local rice and they don't get the required profile that they are looking for. And so we have put our expertise globally. We are one of the biggest rice developers in the world, and we have put our expertise, our finance and know-how in working with relevant partners to really build the local industry. And we are optimistic. The results we are getting are quite good, starting from a low base. We've seen the scale expanding, and we intend investing further in the downstream as we go along.
I like that. I like that. But how does a local farmer, say in Aveime or Kupaili, somewhere up north, access these funds?
So they will need to talk to us. We have, as I said, we have accredited agents, credible agents that we work with as intermediaries, because we ourselves cannot go into the farm. So they go to the various farm centers, buy the paddies. They have various milling entities that they work with. They buy the paddies, they send it to the mill, and then we have our team working with them to make sure the milling process take place in the appropriate manner, such that the output that will come out will be able to meet our expectation. So if anybody, they should get in touch with us. We'll be able to link them up with, depending on where they are, they will be able to link them up with any of the agents that work within the zone and to benefit from this facility that we have put in place.
Amazing.
We'll be talking about some of the awards your company has won, but just let people know, for those who may not recognize the parent company name, let them know some of the brands that you produce so we know what does Woma make.
Okay, so in Ghana, a famous brand is Frito. Frito cooking oil. It's our famous brand. And then we also launch into soaps. And our laundry soap is Jama. Jama laundry soap. It's a wrap, nice, perfumed, nice fragrance soap. And then on the soap side, we also have a naked soap called Easy soap. And then we recently launched Jama detergent also onto the market. In the rice space, our popular brand is Fortune, Fortune rice. We also do have Viking rice, but Fortune is our main stay. We have also launched into margarine, and we have Fortune margarine also on the market as we speak. So yes, these are some of our popular brands on Ghanaian market.
Awesome. So CIMG Agro-based company of the year.
Yes.
Tell us about this award. What did you have to do to take this home?
I think our business model and our commitment to developing the integrated agro-based business has won us this award. So I already mentioned in the oil palm, we probably have given Ghana a biggest gift when it comes to oil palm development. So in any sector, such as say petroleum or any of these commodity or natural product sector, the biggest bottleneck to its development is the processing side. So Ghana, I think it's a cliche that we produce a lot of cocoa and take it out to other countries to add value, and then we go and bring it back at a higher cost. Fortunately for Ghana, companies such as us, Wilma has built a capacity that is able to refine all the palm oil currently. We are able to only source about 30% of my plant needs in Ghana. and we provide off-take opportunity to anybody involved in oil palm. All you need to do is to mail it, and we buy it. Because currently, because of inadequate capacity in Ghana, we have to import crude palm oil from Asia, from Malaysia, from Indonesia, to keep our plant running.
So there's an opportunity there.
There is a big opportunity if the country wants to be self-sufficient in, and that will create a lot of jobs for Ghanaians. So I think that development, and now we have encouraged people to go into oil palm. We've put our expertise into place. I mean, if you go to the Ghana Armed Forces in Takoradi, we've helped them to cultivate some plantation. The Adumbanso area, we are into some partnership with them where they have given their land to us as equity, and we are developing the land, and basically they will have shares in the plantation that will be developed along the line. I mentioned what we are doing in the rice space, where we have invested and put money available to help ensure that the farmers get cash immediately, that their product becomes available. And then the development that we are doing with the packing plant, and our willingness to even invest more as we go along. So within the agro chain, I think we are in the areas that we've selected, we really are adding value in Ghana. And we are doing integrated, we are growing in leaps and bounds. So apart from refining oil, we have put up the only detergent plant in Ghana. As we speak, we are about launching a margarine. We started importing the margarine, and our plant is almost under commissioning. From next year, we will be producing here, adding more jobs to the economy. So really, the value that we are adding within the agro-based sector is significant. And I think that was what led us to obtaining
I was going to, from everything you said.
Yeah, but you've been mentioning jobs. How many people do you employ?
Well, so in total, the manufacturing side, we are slightly above 1,500 to 1,500 people, the manufacturing side. The plantation side is also around the same. So overall, directly, we employ at least 3,000 people. And the indirect, many.
The farmers,
the transporters, so many, our ecosystem, our distributors. So really, the value that we create in the economy is quite significant.
Amazing stuff.
Patty Love is watching. She says, very inspiring story. Well done, Kwame. She loves what you're saying. Henry in La Paz says, Kwame is a visionary leader.
Indeed.
We need a lot more of those, I think. I mean, you're the kind of person I think we should be seeing on a lot of entrepreneurship panels, speaking to youth. Do you do some of those?
Well, I have probably not been doing that a lot. In my small community, one-on-one basis, I do try to inspire people. But yes, I think I have not really been out there myself to try and on a bigger platform. But I think that's an opportunity that I look forward to and help inspire a lot more people.
I think you will.
Well, clearly, WOMA has also been engaging in some corporate social responsibility activities.
Definitely.
Tell us about some of these.
Definitely. So, for example, when the COVID-19 started, we were one of the key corporate contributors in helping to alleviate the impact on that. So we made a donation of 1 million cedi in cash. And apart from that, we also found other avenues to provide hot meals to a lot more people in the society, as it were. On a smaller scale, we have been investing a lot, and if you take our plantation, we have provided a good hospital. We have provided good scholarships, and the school that we set up in Benso has been one of the best performing schools because we have made sure that we have provided all the required amenities, all the required infrastructure. And really the school is a toast of the area, and everybody wants to be part of the school because your chances of becoming successful passing through that school is enormous. So yes, we've been doing quite a bit to try and improve upon our environment.
Great stuff. So what does the future look like for WOMA Africa?
Well, so we are quite aggressive.
I like that.
Yeah, we are quite aggressive. Yeah. As I said, we started with the refinery. We added rice and rice packing. We launched soap plant. We launched detergent plant. I've talked about now the next project we are working on is our margarine plant. Once the margarine plant is situated, there are other opportunities that we can explore. Even within the rice space, we have huge scope to invest in once the right conditions are there. Currently, I think we are engaged with the right appropriate authorities to make sure that the appropriate conditions that will enable people like us to invest and grow and expand development of rice are available. And once those conditions become available, we will be looking at the rice sector in a more significant way.
Fantastic.
Also.
I've really enjoyed this chat.
It's
Honestly.
been amazing, yeah.
It's a pleasure meeting you.
Yeah.
Any last words you want to share before you go?
Well, so my last words is for people to keep fit and to keep their vision and their shape. I believe in integrity a lot. And so people must make sure that they maintain their congruence, they maintain their authenticity and credibility. And as I said, instead of complaining, look for opportunity to improve upon the environment. If you all are that minded, I believe that we can all create society that we all desire to be in.
Well said.
All right.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Right.
Yeah.
It's in order to say
It's in order.
congratulations.
Yes.
Yeah.
Congratulations to you and to Wilma.
Thank
Keep
you.
up the great work. And we look forward to hearing
Yeah.
from you and seeing more of you
Thank you. Thank you.
as we go.
Thanks.
All right, thank you
Thanks for
so
inviting
much,
me.
Mr. Kwame Wiafe
Thank
is the general manager for Wilma Africa, and he has shared so much with us. I am sure you've also been able to pick some really, really important stuff from him that will inform your next step in whatever career path you have chosen.